Good day and welcome to another edition of the Military and Foreign Affairs Network. I am your host, the voice of reason. So in today's Horn of Africa update, it would appear that the fighting in the Tigray region continues to intensify, although mainstream media reports tend not to discuss the issue. They also tend not to discuss the issues that are going on between Sudan and Ethiopia as well, and the ongoing fighting that is occurring along that border. But the mainstream media, which is for the most part Western centric, is looking elsewhere. There are a host of obviously other issues that have the attention of the mainstream media. So a lot of these engagements, these battlefield reports, these things that are occurring inside of the Tigray region and in other parts of Ethiopia are simply not being discussed. And there has been some fairly significant high-tempo operations that have been launched by the Tigray Defense Forces against both Eritrean and Ethiopian forces. In fact, there has been public discussions by high-ranking members of the TDF talking about some ongoing operations. They have indeed discussed some operations, but we also are fully aware that some operations are not being discussed as they are ongoing, and they are not going to bring focused attention on where some of their most heaviest activity is occurring or could occur. So if you hear a report that is issued by a spokesperson for the TDF and something is not mentioned, well, there may be a reason for that. And there could be things going on that the TDF is not ready to discuss. And likewise with the Ethiopian army, they are less open, quite possibly, than the TDF, but they also are not going to discuss ongoing operations. In fact, the Ethiopian military discusses very little. They say very little and seem to be taking the approach of their non-democratic neighbor to the north, who may have a hand in the affairs of Ethiopia, and that is the despotic regime of Eritrea. So a lot of the PR information that we are seeing out of Ethiopia mimics a lot of the information that, or lack of information, that comes out of Asmara. But again, the tempo of operations inside the Tigray region, specifically centered on the Tigray Defense Forces, which has been bolstered over the last few months by thousands and thousands of fighting age male volunteers, and fighting age women have also joined. But the predominant force are obviously fighting age males who have gone through some sort of limited training and are now operational in the field. And we are now seeing the fruits, so to speak, of that force that has been deployed. And it would also appear that the Eritrean operational tempo has picked up a little bit of late, as has the Ethiopian army. It is becoming more difficult, as I said in previous videos, to identify Eritrean and Ethiopian units that are being fielded against the Tigray Defense Forces, as the Eritrean army is attempting to make itself less visible in the Tigray region in terms of how it appears. We know that they're taking on Ethiopian army uniforms and trying to act as if they are Ethiopian army. But as public attention goes elsewhere, I think there will be less efforts by the Eritrean army to disguise themselves as Ethiopian armed forces, and we'll probably see continued amateur video and video from soldiers and civilians circulating out of the Tigray region, which will kind of give us a better picture of what is exactly occurring inside the Tigray region. But there is definite operations north and south of Adigrat that is occurring by the Tigrayan Defense Forces that are very aggressive and are looking to conduct operations against the Eritrean army in the north. There are also continued operations by really all parties in and around central Tigray, especially the main arteries of transportation that would connect Axum to Shire, and then obviously to a lesser extent activity from Adigrat south to Mekelle. But that's what we have for today, and as continued information comes in, I shall report it. Have a good day, everybody.